France Davis was born on a farm outside of Goff, Georgia. Humble beginnings indeed.
I grew up on a farm. My father was a dirt farmer. He raised cotton, corn, wheat, pigs, and other animals. I grew up there and lived there until I was 18 years old. Went to school at Goff, Georgia. Went to school at Waynesboro, Georgia for high school, and then went to college at Tuskegee. Later on, I was living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and there began to search for my place in life and heard very clearly a voice say, "Go preach." And I became a minister of the gospel. It went into activism, and I joined Martin Luther King Jr. and marched with Martin Luther King from Selma to Montgomery, for example.
After serving in the U.S. Air Force, the good Reverend moved to Utah in 1972 to teach communications and ethnic studies at the U. Reverend Davis's unwavering commitment as an educator, minister, and activist left a lasting imprint on the university and the broader community, shaping academic discourse and enriching the state's cultural fabric.
I came to Utah from UC Berkeley, where I had also gone to school and finished school and was recruited by the University of Utah. I taught in the communication department for 42 years. I also taught classes in African American history. My students were eager to learn about it. I always had more students than I could handle, and so I turned away as many as I took for my classes.
I met him in the fall of 1973. And I think beginning by 1974 or 75, he was the newly appointed pastor of the Calvary Missionary Baptist Church. And if you know Reverend Davis, he's always all business. He has great sense of humor, but he's always all business. And I respect that.
I suppose the one thing that I've enjoyed the most at the University of Utah, it's been the acceptance. Being one of those people that the University of Utah considered well-versed, and I stayed 42 years. It was very important that we build bridges, that we find ways of getting across cultural, ethnic, and religious lines so that we could work together. And I thought about doing those kinds of bridge building activities. As chaplain for the football team, I'm still working constantly 2 days a week, sometimes 3 days a week, with the football team at the University of Utah.
But Reverend Davis's service isn't limited to the football team. He's the epitome of an educator, leader, and man of faith. His dedication to justice, education, and service makes him a transformative figure in every arena he touches.
Reverend Davis deserves the Founders Day Award because he is a Utah person. He helped us to become a better state and a better community. And he does it in a way that doesn't take away the individual's sense of self.
So I've been moving toward the Founders Day Award, and now that I achieved that, I think maybe I've finished what I started.
We have a feeling there's a lot more in store for Reverend France Davis.